That was the best intro. That was the best intro. I love you so much. And I felt the same way about Kim. I felt like Portugal, it was like the Lord knew that we needed to be together because our beliefs and just what we wanted out of this journey, we connected in that way. And so I'm very grateful for her and just her asking me to hop on here. What an honor when you think of social media to think of me. I've got some notes. So if you are a notes person, jot this down. I am here talking to ages 18 to 99. If you're 99 and on this call, way to freaking go. Okay, I don't care how old you are. If you are able to turn your camera on, turn it on. I love seeing faces. I'm a face person. So if you're able to turn it on, turn it on. But grab your notes. So a little back history and about me. I am from Arkansas, Southwest Arkansas. Y'all let me know in the chat what state you're tuning in from. And I have been doing Plexus for about 7 years. I had a baby right out of high school when I was 18. Fun fact, I was supposed to go play golf for a college in Central Arkansas, and God had other plans. I got my Jake Allen out of the deal. He is 10 now. He'll be 11 in November. I've got 3 babies, and I was in that era where social media kind of was birthed. Do y'all remember? I don't know if any of y'all remember MySpace, but I was like junior high, when MySpace hit and Yahoo Messenger and AOL. Like, if anybody knows what I'm talking about, let me know in the chat, because I am 29. I'll be 30 this year, and social media truly is my jam, and I'm going to share why here in just a second. But these supplements have changed my life through anxiety and depression. I am a suicide survivor. I tried to take my life when I was 13, and the Lord had other plans. Again, here we are, and I've been able to share that with a lot of people, a lot of youth, a lot of young girls who struggle with the same thing. And mental health is just not talked about enough. We try to show up perfect on social media, and we try to always put on like we're okay when really a lot of us are struggling, right? And so I want to share 5 things on me personally why I feel like social media is such a good thing. Number one, it helps us grow as people. It helps us grow as people. I don't care who you are, what you say, if it overwhelms you in any way, it can help you grow if you let it. You cannot stay in that era of, oh, it's draining me. Oh, it's overwhelming. Well, it's probably because you're following a bunch of news accounts. I'm just going to keep it real and be honest. You're probably following a bunch of news accounts, politics, people that are posting negative things. You're probably following a lot of that. I don't watch the news anymore. I know those of you that watch the news every day. I just don't. I took it out of my life. I have PTSD literally because my dad used to throw the remote at the TV when I was younger, because a Democrat would come on. Sorry if y'all are Democrats, but a Democrat would come on and he would throw a remote at the TV and he would cuss and yell. And I remember thinking, I never want my kids to grow up with a news household. So my husband keeps up with it some on Twitter and his job, and he'll let me know, but I don't follow those accounts, and I don't roll with that because that mentally is draining. So social media can help you grow as a person if you let it. If you're learning from people that you like to follow, if you are learning to get outside of your comfort zone, things like that. Number two, it holds us accountable. Social media can hold you accountable, and when you do things that you've held yourself accountable for and you've accomplished those things, those small wins make you feel good, right? If you say that you're going to go live, or you say that you're going to talk on your story and you do it and you held yourself accountable, it's like pat on the back. You feel a little bit more confident. You did it, right? And accountability is huge in all things in life: living well, drinking your water, taking your supplements, exercising, that sort of thing. Number three, it gives us community. Number four, it teaches us new things, all kinds of new things. And number five, it helps create happiness in other people's lives if you let it. Now, let me stop and say that your mindset with social media is everything. If you are really going after that sale instead of that person and their concerns and their life and their family, you're going to constantly be overwhelmed with social media. You're going to constantly be trying to find your niche. Okay. I freaking hate that word. I'm not a niche person. I have a lot of freaking niches. And so my niche is like life, right? Like I love life. I love people. So I can't narrow it down. I love fashion. I love hair and makeup. I love, like, I have 100 water cups. I love everything. So I can't narrow it down, right? And so I just, yeah, niche is life, literally your life. So I just feel like your mindset is everything when it comes to social media. You have to shift where you are personally. Oh, I see my Sarah. I love you so much. So I feel like a lot of times and a lot of people use social media for the wrong reasons, either to vent or to let negativity out, or to, how many of you have ever posted something just to get back at someone? How many of you have posted a quote just to make sure that that other person sees it? Or how many of you have just posted to get that sale and to hit a rank, right? Like sometimes we use social media in the wrong way. And then the Lord is like creating a little bit of anxious feelings in our life to shift us on where our mindset is when it comes to social media. Y'all, social media is huge for your business. We are a social selling based business, right? We are a people based business. Social media can be absolutely beautiful if you're in it for the right reasons and if your mindset is where it needs to be. Okay. So, one thing I wrote down, use it to reach people. Use social media to reach people and put people over your points. Put people over your pay points. If you're using social media to reach people through your struggles in life, if you're sharing your spiritual journey, or you're sharing a setback that you've had, or you're sharing things like that, you're going to reach people. If you're posting Plexus graphics 4 times a week and you're showing up on your stories with a pink drink every day, nothing about folding your laundry, nothing about your kids making a mess, nothing about, you know, you going to dinner and you're what you're eating that day, whatever, you're going to get overwhelmed because you're like, well, I'm posting all of the things about Plexus, but I'm not getting any orders. I'm not getting any attraction. I'm not getting any, I'm posting all the things. Y'all, they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. I'll never forget being in a training with Plexus, and they said that when I was like a gold ambassador back in 2017, maybe. They were like, they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. That is truth. Like pink drink pictures are pretty, but if you go to my profile, you don't see graphics. I'm not a graphic person. That's just not who I am. I want to be real. I want people to be able to relate to me. Okay. All right. A couple more things that I wrote down. This is regarding social media and how you can grow your business when it comes to social media. So again, social media is huge when it comes to your business. You should be using it to build your business. You should be using it to build relationships and to reach people. But you have to remember that your number one priority is, how can I show up today and love people well and be an encouragement? How can people, are people coming to my feed and seeing positivity, and are they leaving better than they were before they came to my profile, right? So sharing, maybe your devotional that morning, or, your a struggle that you've had or a setback you've had. A lot of people don't even know your life because we don't post about our life and our vulnerabilities, because social media has taught us to just be perfect all the time. That is wrong. That is like, so I feel like that's so 2019. Like it's 2023. We have to show up in such a raw and real way that people can relate to us, and they're going to appreciate that so much more. So the first thing I wrote down when it comes to building your business on social media, you can schedule your posts, and you can set aside time to use social media for work specifically. So one thing that our team does is we will set a timer for 10 minutes on our phone. And during that 10 minutes, we are engaging with new people. We're going and finding people. One thing I love to do to find new people is I will go to a shop or a boutique or something that I love. Yours may be food, or yours may be, wellness in exercise, or yours may be yoga, or whatever that is. If you have kids, like I love, like there's some boutiques out there that I like to follow for my kids. I will go to their business page, and in the comments of their post, there are people commenting obviously, that are other moms that have girls that have, kids. And I will look in those comments and I find new people that way because I know that they're real and they're not some like crazy scammer that's not real and real, not in real life. So like, for instance, this is an example. You may have kids. There is a company called Ford and Wyatt that is like a sweatshirt company. They have like sweatshirts that say babe or game day or whatever. So in the comments of those posts, there are people that will go and comment, oh, I love this. You click on their profile and they've got kids. I'll add them. Okay. So you can specifically block off time to work your social media. And we do 10 minutes a day, 10 minutes of engaging. That's engaging. That's finding new people, that, doing all of that. And in groups. So I don't know if y'all have like a group for your team or a group for wellness or whatever that looks like. You can schedule a post so that you don't have to, go in there and last minute hurry and do it because you forgot. Okay, I have 3 kids. I like to get my work done in the morning. So I will schedule a lot of those posts for, if you are doing a testimony for Testimony Tuesday and it's for next week, go ahead and do it today. You can schedule it. When you post, hit at the top schedule. You can schedule exactly when it is supposed to come out. So then you've got your work done. You don't even have to worry about it. If you've got kids, if you forgot, that's okay because it's going to get scheduled, right? Second thing, find time to love on people and do what's called a Love Dare challenge. So I love to do this. We started this last year. We call it our Love Dare challenge. We do it every Sunday night, and we ask the Lord to kind of bring us 4 to 5 names that we can love on. So people that have just had babies, maybe starting a new job, maybe they're buying a house, maybe they are going back to work after having a baby, maybe their parent just passed away, somebody that you can just love on. Hey friend, I was just thinking about you. Is there anything specific that you need prayer over? I was just thinking about you, and I know we're in all different seasons of life, but you were on my heart and I just wanted to pray for you. Is there anything that you can think of that you need? Okay, let me ask you this. How many people have you had do that with you in the last week? Probably 0, right? So you have to be that change. You have to be the one that starts to encourage people. There's Heather. You have to be the one to really take control and initiative in you loving people well. Like I literally live by that motto. I love people well, and I just do, and it's genuine. I don't care if you have pink hair, black hair, purple hair, red hair. I don't care. I love you, and I'm going to see everything good in you. And that took a lot of prayer, y'all. That really did. I mean, that's something that I would pray on. If you feel like you're judgy and you're a little judgmental when it comes to people on your team, or, oh, I don't really want them on my team, they look a certain way or they believe a certain way, I would ask the Lord to kind of release that from your heart, because there are so many people that need this and that need you and that need this community. And you're only holding yourself back from prejudging people. I love, when our community gets together, we do a lot of retreats and just get-togethers. We'll go to dinner, and I love it because I get to see everyone for who they are. And I love to love, and I will hug, and I will speak life into them. And so that's something that I would start praying over now. It's like, Lord, help me to love people well. Teach me to love people well. And that's going to come from finding that perfect love from him. The only perfect love comes from him. And I know I'm preaching a little bit, but it's so true. You have to find that joy in the Lord before you can be happy for yourself and for other people and for your family, and for that joy to naturally come. Okay, so find time to love on people. The Love Dare Challenge works because guess what? You're releasing plexus, you're releasing expecting anything in return, and you're just loving on people. Third thing is do something uncomfortable every week. Y'all, go live with a friend. So our team is really big on going live with a friend every week and just kind of interviewing each other on why we use the supplements, or maybe two people just had a baby and they're in a postpartum season and they're just talking about their postpartum season. Talking about life and struggles and setbacks and pain is really good for people to sit in and listen in on. So go live this week with a friend. I would do something uncomfortable every week, because when you do uncomfortable things, that's when you grow. I like to keep my lives under 7 to 8 minutes. When you start going past 10 minutes, people get bored and they may click on it and see that it's 20 minutes long and then be like, no, I'm not listening to this. But if it's a 7 to 8 minute live and y'all have named it, like one thing that we're doing right now is our team added like 160 people last month. And my girl, Natalie, who a lot of her team is on here, she should be going Emerald soon, within the next couple months. And her team is on fire. So we have been, 180. Sorry, Britt. So we like this today and yesterday. The title of our lives were "Big Things Coming," with the big eye emoji and the fire emoji. And we just talked about how many rake ups we had, and going Ruby, and these people going senior Ruby, and all the things, and just sharing how we have big things coming. And it was like a 6-minute live. Y'all, you can do that, and it can be anything. It could be plexus related, it could be struggle related, motherhood related, teachers going back to school. I did one this last Friday on my 3-day reset, post results and how I felt. So do something uncomfortable every single week. Talk on your stories. If you're not comfortable talking on your stories, y'all, you've got to get better at that, because that's where people can relate to you. That's where people feel like they know you. You cannot just post a picture and expect to connect with people. They need to hear your voice. Oh, sorry. One thing that it's funny because I was like very anti-talking. I hate my voice. I know that's so funny, but I do, because it's very hoarse. I've always had a raspy voice. My son Jake has the same voice, and when he laughs, we sound just alike. And I've always like held myself back because I'm like, I don't like to hear myself. I'm not going to hit record and play it because I don't want to listen to myself. So I would literally get on my stories and talk and then replay it and delete it. And I was like, Marissa, you can't do that. Like, you have to get on and you have to. So those of you that are on my team are like, whatever, you've always been confident. No, I was once a senior gold that like listened to the way that I talk. I said every other sentence because it was a nervous habit, right? But you have to start somewhere. So do something uncomfortable once a week. Next, use your talents and what you're good at to show up. So if you're really good at cooking, I'm not, but props to you if you are. If you're really good at cooking, share your recipes, okay? Learn how to make a reel. If you're good at crock pot recipes, YouTube how to make an Instagram reel and put it all together and do a quick little video on, you pour your chicken noodle soup in or whatever it is, tomatoes, whatever, mix it all together. You don't want me to do it. It'll be terrible. But if you do that, make a little video and share that, okay? You may be sitting there thinking, nobody really cares about this. But guess what? When you do something like that, you get to pat yourself on the back for just a second. That's a small win that you just accomplished. Now you get to go do it again in a couple days. Okay. And you're going to grow from that. You cannot expect to post and get 20 comments when you've never posted about that before. So use your talents and what you're good at to post and to show up, because those people are going to be able to relate to you. And you're going to draw people in that are a lot like you, another thing that social media, when it comes to working our business, I unfollow plexus people. So I know that sounds crazy, and you're like, why in the world would you unfollow plexus people? Because I need more people in my feed that are not on plexus. Okay, so you can actually go to some of your plexus friends, click on where it says friends, and just hit unfollow. That doesn't mean that you're deleting them as a friend. That just means if you go and unfollow, so for instance, I'm maxed out on friends, don't recommend it because I have to delete somebody every time I try to add somebody new. But you should be adding more. You should be adding around 5 to 6 people a week, truly. New people. You should be adding 5 to 6 people a week, new. into your feed because that's new people that are seeing your stuff, right? So unfollow some existing people. Maybe you went to school with some people and they're negative, or they post about the news. I'm sorry, I know I keep talking about that, but the news drives me insane. Politics drive me crazy because people get in such rampages about it, and I'm like, it's okay. Like, it's gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. So I will unfollow people that do that and that are negative and that don't really have anything positive to say. I'll unfollow them. Okay. Next, use engaging posts to make people comment. So one cool thing that my team will do is they'll say, last person to say happy before I say Friday gets a Starbucks gift card on me. Okay. Now that's just an example. Last person to say happy before I say Monday gets a Starbucks gift card on me. Or you could do Sonic, or you could do Ulta, or you could do a little goodie bag of supplements of your pink drink, or whatever that looks like. This is why you have to do those engagement posts. I would say twice a month, because those engagement posts are going to bring new people into your feed so that they can see your stuff. So right now, your algorithm, it's called social media algorithm. The algorithm is who is seeing your stuff, and it's an automatic generator that Facebook and Instagram and TikTok or whatever else, it's an automatic generator that will automatically put people on your feed that you're commenting on. So if you go comment on somebody new's Facebook post, they're going to automatically see yours. Okay. If you have 3,000 Facebook friends and you average about 50 likes a post, how many people are not seeing your stuff? Is that not crazy to think about? Okay. That's crazy to think about. So engaging posts are the posts that are going to get people to comment. One post that I did a couple years ago, I said, do y'all say supper or dinner? Which, y'all, I'm from the South, so that's just how it goes around here. I said, do y'all say supper or dinner? I had like 600 comments, and people were like, it's funny how they even get political about that. They're like, it's supper when it's this and it's dinner when it's after church on Sunday. I was like, I literally asked you to say supper or dinner. I didn't need any comment. But that's people, and they commented, right? Like, they commented, and it was awesome to see because everybody has an opinion, right? You can Pinterest engaging post ideas. Write that down. You can Pinterest engaging post ideas, and they'll give you a ton. Like, what's the latest Netflix show y'all are watching? Okay. Use an engaging post, I would say, every other week, because that's going to bring new people in. Okay. Next, there is a list. I don't know about if y'all know about, I just recently learned this. There is a list that you can create. If you have a list of 10 people that you are wanting to connect with on social media, maybe you have them wrote down and you go to their profile and you comment, there is now an option where you can go to your Facebook, go to the menu, and go to feeds. It'll say feeds, and click favorites, and you can build a favorites list that you can connect with. Okay, so for instance, I have about 10 people that have not bought from me, that are somewhat new, that I have been engaging with. So I have created a favorites list, because your feed is what you're scrolling, right? That's your feed. As you scroll, there is a favorites feed, though, that will pull up their specific feed. So Jamie, if you have a girl named Megan, Sarah, and Katie that you're really trying to engage with, add them to that favorites feed. And then you just click on that and you can go and engage. Boom, boom, boom. You're done in 10 minutes. Okay. And Kim, you can write that down or whatever. It's just, you go to your menu, feed, and then favorites. It's a really cool new option that they just released. It's awesome. Showing up every day in your stories. All right. Now, I love to do this. I love to do this because I love life, right? That's my niche, is life. I love life. I love my kids. I love my job. I love to exercise. I love to drink my water. I love people. You can show up in your stories in so many different ways. What you're cooking, what outfit you found, when you're in Target and you try on a swimsuit. I love watching people show up confident. Like, I don't know if y'all know, I don't know if y'all like that or not, but like, I love to see a girl go into Target and put on a swimsuit and be like, y'all, what do you think about this swimsuit? And do a little poll that's like, buy it, or I love that, or whatever. I love to see that because it's growth. It's growth in them going into that dressing room and doing that, okay? Show up on your stories every single day, but you cannot show up on your stories every single day and only post about Plexus. It has to be about your life, your water, your watch, when you're walking, your kids, what back to school shopping finds that you found for your kids. I love Pinterest for this reason. I always go to the search and I'll say motivational quotes, Monday motivation quotes, microbiome, gut health quotes, facts, signs you need a detox. There's so many things that you can search and do when it comes to that. Okay, show up every day in your stories. Now, on your personal feed, that looks a little different. Okay, I do not post about Plexus every day. If I do, people are going to do what? Unfollow me. All right, so I try to keep my Plexus posts to 2 to 3 a week. Now, if I do 2, that means I need to do one about the health benefits and one about the business and financial. The reason why you don't have business builders coming in, if that's you and you're like, I am praying for business builders. Well, guess what? The Lord also told you to go and work for him. And if you're not posting about the business, he ain't bringing you business builders, okay? You have to post about the business. You have to share about the opportunity. Again, go live with a friend that's killing it, that fast started gold, and interview her on what she's found, on financial flexibility, on how you're able to do the extra things. There's people that just want to be able to bless another family with back to school shopping this year. They have all the things that they want. They have money. They don't live paycheck to paycheck, but they want to be able to bless a family and go and do a whole shopping spree for a kid that doesn't have money. And guess what? They can't do that because they only bring in what they need, right? This opportunity is allowing extras. You have gold in your hands. We need to go and share that. So if you're posting 2 or 3 times a week, I would do maybe 1 to 2 about the health benefits, your pink drink, Testimony Tuesday, and then do 1 about the business and the financial opportunity. All right. And then, okay, some apps that I use for social media. Write these down, or you can post them in the comments or the chat, Kim. Word Swag is really good for graphics. You can shout people out on there. You can create things with just different types of text. Story Swag is one that you can use for your stories. There's a lot of cool ideas on there. There's a lot of like really cool graphics that'll say all about me, and then you can share, you know, things about yourself that they may want to know. So Story Swag and Word Swag. There's one called Tezza, Tezza. So this is one that's really cool for videos. When you're pouring your pink drink into your cup, it'll glitch. There's one called like stop motion, I think, and it'll glitch, and you can save that video and add it to your stories. It's really cool. Lauren Thomas actually told me about Tezza, and I love it. Let's see, Canva, Canv. Every time I do that, it comes off of my thing when people are messaging us in the group. It vibrates. I need to turn that off. Okay, so Canva is an app, Canva, that has a ton of templates. Some you have to pay for, a lot of them are free, okay? So you can actually choose what size. You can choose story size, you can choose Instagram size, whatever that looks like for you. But Canva, you can go and search shout out, or you can search wellness, or you can search photo or whatever. Play around with Canva. It's one of my favorites that I use. It's one of my favorites for different shout outs, different things going on my team. Canva is one of my favorites. There's one called Pick Collage, PICCOLLAGE. This is one, like, if you want to throw a bunch of pictures together and make a collage of like your weekend, or maybe last summer, or, you know, whatever that looks like. That's another one that's really good. Using these apps for your social media, though, y'all, everything is figure outable. Everything is figure outable. You are able to figure everything out through asking questions, YouTube, Google. Everything is figure outable. So if you're in that season right now where you're like, I'd like to use those apps, but I don't really know how to use them. Excuse, okay, with a capital E, that is an excuse. You cannot stay in that headspace. You can figure out everything. I love to share about my journey when it comes to business and being successful, because I didn't go to college. I learned everything I knew in our little resource class in high school, where we would go out and do stuff for the community. It was my favorite class. Y'all can only imagine. We did so many things. We did like a drunk driving video. We did so many things for our community. And I loved that class because it taught me community and it taught me people. And so you are qualified to be here and show up and work your business and figure it out, because you're here, you're on this call, you're wanting to learn, you're investing in your business. So use social media to grow. Use it to grow personally, use it to grow through people, and to encourage people and to love people well, because social media is beautiful, and it really, really is. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. I know that there's a couple people on our team that will like take Sunday off. They'll like completely go off of social media on Sunday, and that's okay. That is, everybody's different. Everybody has different, mindsets and seasons in their life that they need. I am not against going off of social media at all. I just know that if I want my business to grow, I got to be on social media. I know that I'm here working for the Lord and using it for Him and using it for the right reasons. And that's why I don't get overwhelmed. That's why I don't feel uptight when it comes to social media, because I'm using it in such a joyful way that encourages other people. Literally everything that I post, y'all, I'm in the back of my head thinking, who is this going to encourage? Who is this going to inspire? Okay. I'm not sitting there thinking, who is this going to sell to? Who's going to see my post and buy? Who's going to see my post? You got to release yourself from that, truly, because that's a very overwhelming, exhausting headspace to be in. And you'll get burnout real quickly. I've talked to a lot of people that have been in a social media burnout, different Jules, different people in the company. That I know Kim went through a little season a couple months ago, and that's okay. We all go through different seasons, and the Lord has us in different seasons to maybe draw closer to Him and get, your priorities straight and just everything figured out. And that's okay. But use social media as a ministry. Use social media to show up in a way to love people and to enjoy the journey. I think a lot of times too in this business, we rush it and we like want to get there, by a certain time. And y'all have to remember that this journey, there is no destination. There is no destination. Even when you get to Emerald, y'all, you're going to want to do what? Go Sapphire. And then you're going to do what? Go Diamond. And then you're going to go double Diamond. There's never a destination. So don't get so wrapped up in the end goal, and focus on enjoying the present right now. And if you need clarity in that, focus on having some quiet time in the morning. There's a devotional book called Believing Bigger that you can get on Amazon that is really good for just quiet time and just dreaming really big. And there's scripture and there's stuff you can write down if you're a writer. But use that time to grow spiritually and emotionally and mentally, because the Lord has you here for a reason, and He brought us Plexus for a reason, and Plexus is just a tool for us to grow so that we can work for the kingdom. Truly, it really is. And in the grand scheme of things, y'all, Plexus is just a tool. It's just a tool that He's given us and put in our life to level up and to grow and to gain confidence, because one day you may be at a church speaking to a youth group. One day you may be hosting a Bible study. One day you may be, hosting a little women's devotional once a month at the park. You don't know what the Lord has on your life. And I think we can all say on this call that Plexus has made us better. It's brought confidence to our lives. It's helped us grow. And so let August be a month full of growth on social media, full of uncomfortable conversations, full of positivity, encouragement, loving people, engaging with people. You cannot add someone and then expect to be in their inbox tomorrow selling them plexus, right? They have to know how genuine you are, and they have to know your heart. Do y'all have any questions for me at all? I know that I may have like totally gone past y'all's time. But does anybody have any questions for me? Yeah, Jamie, go ahead. Unmute yourself, sister.
Hi.
Hello.
I have a question as far as like the flow of like, do you cross post from like Instagram to Facebook or and then to stories, and like how was like the flow to
Yeah.
that?
So my stories, I always cross post. My stories are set up. You can set that up where it automatically goes to your Facebook every time. I personally use Instagram for more of like my cute stuff, but that's my age. Okay. I will say like a lot of your like more so Gen Z use Instagram for like the trendy stuff and the fashion and the cute stuff. But Facebook, I post it all. Facebook, I post my family. I'll do like some summer picture drop in my summer album that like may have 50 pictures in it. I think it kind of just depends. And I wouldn't get so wrapped up in like multiple social media apps. Like I would stick with two. So if you are doing Facebook and Instagram, stick with that. Don't try to add in TikTok and Snapchat and Twitter and all that. That gets very overwhelming. Stick with Instagram and Facebook, okay? But cross posting, I do that with my stories. Everything goes to both just because that's life again. But then when it comes to posting, like I feel like I post more on Facebook just because it's a little bit more personal. And so, yeah, does that answer your question a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Thanks.
Cool. You're welcome. Yeah, Kim.
Now, I was going to say, does anybody else have any other questions for Marissa while she's on here? I love hearing some of the things. I love how you guys do like a 10-minute time. You're so right. If you get yourself organized, you can be so effective. It's funny that you mentioned social media because I've actually been off of it all month, and I'm 3 years in plexus, and the Lord kept putting on my heart fasting. And I was like, God, I can't fast from social media. I have a social media based business, but obedience is why I started this business. And so I kept putting it off. And then this month with the kids, last month of summer and coming off the heels of all the remediation and mold and everything we've been going through, I was like, this is a great time for me to just settle back in. And what blew my mind is we had 10 rank ups on our team. We grew by another 100 points again. We had all this, and it was crazy because I wasn't even on there. And then it reminded me, when you get laser focused on what really matters and what really moves the needle forward, just like you're saying with social media, if we're honest, when you look at your screen log at the end of the day, most people's screen log says at least 5-6 hours a day, even when they aren't working a business like this. So when people tell me they don't have time for the business, I'm like, I love you, but BS, you are wasting that time. And so I love what you said about stewardship, and like a lot of people are zoning out in their lives, just wasting and lacking self-control. And we can just get organized and make it work for us, work for our teams, work for our families, and really share. It totally is a ministry. And so that was just so interesting to me to see, wow, God, in 30 minutes a day, I moved the needle more than I was on here like 4 or 5 hours a day. So
and just being intentional, when you show up and you're intentional and you're using social media and like getting it done. I like to do like 10-minute spurts where I'll get on like 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the, mid-morning, whatever. And you're just intentional with what you're doing. That's huge. And, like you said, like, I think, just your priorities. Like the Lord knows your heart and he knows your priorities. And when you're waking up and you immediately go to Facebook, that's a problem. Like Monday morning, we started doing Monday morning prayer time at 7 a.m. with our team. And we get on for 15 minutes and we just pray over the week. And we'll have different prayer requests. And it's really cool to see, because different people have different struggles and different seasons. And everyone that got on Monday morning prayer time in July ranked up. And I just thought that was really cool. We thought about that this morning. I called Natalie and Britt. I was like, literally everyone that was on Monday morning prayer time ranked up. And so I just feel like our priorities have to be in order. And if you're a leader, I always say, like, if you're silver, you're a leader. You have people that are underneath you that are watching you, that are encouraged by you. And so you could do, I mean, there's so many fun things you could do. Like we're going to do a back to school 1 mile prayer walk challenge, where for 5 days, the first 5 days of school, we're going to show up in our big gut health group and do like a live every day, and then a daily check-in every day where you walk for a mile and you pray. And that's that's about 20 minutes. I mean, a mile is about 20 minutes. I don't know how some of you get it in 10 minutes, y'all. It's 7 minutes. Some people, I'm like, no, it takes me 5 hours to do a mile. What are you talking about? So doing those miles, though, it shows where your heart is, right? And it's free. We'll do like a big free prayer walk 1 mile challenge, where for 5 days you're showing up, you're praying during that 1 mile, you're turning on worship music, do not disturb, and you're praying and you're talking to the Lord. We're going to do that this month. And I mean, there's things, though, there's so many different things that you can do when it comes to people, instead of, oh, well, they have to order to be in this challenge. Do I agree that there should be some stuff like that? Absolutely. But you should also be opening things up for everyone, because this is a people-based business, and they need to see your heart, and they need to see, just how genuine your community is. But yeah, if anybody has any other questions, y'all feel free. Y'all can add me, or just, you probably can't add me, but you can follow me on Facebook, Marissa Adams. I'm friends with Kim on there, Marissa L. Adams on Instagram. I actually just switched my Instagram back to private, because I had some people trying to do the hacking situation, where they try to log in, and I was freaking out. So I changed it to private. So you'll have to request to follow me on there. But yeah, I mean, I think using this for the Lord and using this business for the Lord, I think our selfish human minds want everything to happen so quickly, and there's a reason why he has you where he has you, and those growing pains are worth it. I sat at Senior Ruby for 2 years. I could smell emerald, literally, and like, he was like, no, you're not going emerald. I'm going to teach you humbleness and patience and joy. And it was a long 2 years, but it was growing pains that needed to happen. And, he knows the desires of your heart. He knows everybody's desires of our heart here on this call. And I think we just have to trust him and put him first at the first of the week, and at the first of every day, and just, work for him, encourage people, love people. So, but yeah, if y'all don't have any other questions, I'm going to hop off here, Kim. I've got to run in and do some grocery shopping, but I'm so thankful that y'all had me chat. Thank y'all for, investing time and being on here and learning. I hope that y'all learned a ton. Let me know, Kim, what they all took away from it.
I will. Thank you so much, Marissa, for your time.
You're welcome.
Love you.
You're welcome. Bye, girl. Love you too.
Bye. All right, y'all. Well, I hope that you enjoyed Marissa, her energy, her tips. She's amazing. So many amazing people I've become friends with through this journey with Plexus. Obviously, I'm sure you guys saw that in August, we're doing a similar promotion with the 250 perk points. So really focus on helping your VIPs get an extra $25 in free product credits this month. I already posted about that in our VIP page. And then the 3, they're going to get the packing, or you're going to get the packing cubes. So whether you're going to Mexico and Emerald Extravaganza, whether you're going on the cruise or shooting for that, or just using that for your average, everyday travel, they're super cute. I love that Plexus always gives us such practical gifts that don't go to waste, that we can actually use. And this is our last month to lock in the Leaders Retreat cruise. So many of you are so close. So I just threw up our recognition in our team page. I am so proud of our team. We had a huge month in July, and I'm so excited to see what this team has, what we're going to cook up, what the Lord's going to have for us in August. But if anybody doesn't, like I said, have questions, we'll hop off. And next week, I know Eden, she really is. Miss Natasha said, you're getting so big. So Eden's getting so big. That's Miss Natasha right there. So I'm gonna get this little rug back to bed, because she doesn't go to sleep without mommy. So love y'all, and we'll see you next week. I know we're gonna be hearing from Jill this month too. She's been learning so much, and so I'm excited to have y'all learn from her. All right, bye.